So, Google is making this absolutely massive bet on artificial intelligence, and it's placing India right at the heart of its entire global strategy. In this explainer, we're going to break down what this incredible vision looks like and, what it actually takes to build an AI future for over 1 billion people.
And look, this isn't just some small change. Google CEO Sundar Pichai, he calls it the single biggest platform shift of our lifetimes. Just think about that for a second. He's putting AI right up there with the invention of the internet or the smartphone. So this isn't an upgrade we're talking about. It's a complete reimagining of what's even possible.
So that leads to the really big question, right? What is Google's actual plan for India? How do you take a country with 1.4 billion people and turn it into what they call a full stack AI player? I mean, a country that has everything from the raw physical hardware to the software and, crucially, the skilled people to compete on a global scale.
Well, the plan starts with a massive, and I mean massive, investment. This is the blueprint for laying the very foundations of an AI-powered nation, and it all kicks off with a truly staggering amount of capital.
Let's just start with the headline number: $15 billion. That's what Google has committed over 5 years just to build up AI capacity in India. A number that big, well, it's not just a budget, it's a huge statement of intent. A huge piece of that investment, it's going into something called the Vizag pivot. Google is building this enormous computing campus in Visakhapatnam. It's designed to house what they call gigawatt-scale data centers. We are talking about an unbelievable amount of energy and computing power. This is the raw horsepower you need to run the kind of complex AI models that are coming. Okay, so once you have all that computing power, you've got to have connectivity, right? So through the America-India Connect initiative, Google is laying 4 new subsea fiber optic cables. Just think of these as giant data superhighways under the ocean, linking India directly to the US and other global hubs. It's all about making sure information can flow at mind-bending speeds.
But look, infrastructure is only half the battle. You can have the best technology in the world, but it's pretty useless if nobody knows how to use it. And that brings us to the human side of this whole equation, investing in people. So Google's strategy here for skilling up the nation is basically three-pronged. They're starting with the public sector, working with Karma Yogi Bharat to support something like 20 million public servants. Then they're focusing on education, bringing generative AI to 11 million students in about 10,000 schools. And finally, they're tackling the current workforce, launching a new AI professional certificate that's available in both English and Hindi. It's a really comprehensive, top-to-bottom kind of plan.
Okay, so we've got the infrastructure, we've got the skills. But so what? Why does any of this matter? What is the actual payoff for the average person? This is where that huge vision starts to feel a lot more real. Just take healthcare, for example, which is obviously a critical sector for India. Google is partnering up with Karkinos Healthcare for AI-powered cancer screening and with ARMN to help identify at-risk mothers and newborns. They're even working with AIMS to see how AI-generated reports could help out doctors. This is all about using technology to literally save lives and improve healthcare for everyone everywhere in the country. And you see the exact same story in agriculture, which is the backbone of the Indian economy. Partners like Agristar are using AI to help small farmers get better crop yields. There's even something called a farmer bot. It's an AI voice bot that gives farmers real-time crop prices in a bunch of different Indian languages just to help make sure they get a fair price. On top of that, Wadvani AI is using it for pest control with a new early warning system. And finally, it's all about creating opportunity. You've got platforms like APNA using AI to connect millions of people with job openings that are tailored just for them. At the same time, Project Vani is working on making sure AI tools actually work across all of India's incredible linguistic diversity. All of this gives those small and medium-sized businesses, the MSMEs, these superpower capabilities that not too long ago were only available to giant corporations. Of course, a technological shift this big doesn't happen without questions. And I mean real tough questions about the future of work and, where this technology is ultimately heading. The biggest question, always, is about jobs. The argument here is that we should think about specific tasks being automated, not entire jobs just disappearing. So while yes, some tasks will definitely be automated, the belief is that way more roles will just evolve, and totally new careers are going to pop up.
Pichai uses YouTube creators as the perfect example. That's a job for millions of people now that literally didn't even exist 2 decades ago.
And then there's the long-term vision, AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. Demis Hassabis, who's the head of Google DeepMind, sets a really high bar for this. He defines it as a system that has all the cognitive capabilities of a human. He's also pretty clear that we're still at least 5 to 10 years away from something like that.
So for right now, the focus isn't on replacing people, it's on augmenting them. The ultimate goal here is to create an enhancement tool, a kind of superpower for scientists, for experts, and for creators that will let us tackle problems we just couldn't solve before. This all comes back to one single, powerful idea from Sundar Pichai. The goal isn't just to build powerful technology. It's to make sure that the benefits of this whole AI revolution are shared by everyone. And that really leaves us with the ultimate question. As this technology gets faster and more powerful, how do we make sure that no one gets left behind?